I saw that, in fact, universities had a great potential in the sense of resource expertise. And there were these kids out here who had great potential, should be in universities, not there. You needed somebody in between to bring the two things together. And that's what I do. I run a charity that's main mission is to get particularly boys from the inner city into universities. What we call diamonds in the rough, basically, to acknowledge their potential and go to not only any university, but perhaps some of the top stream ones. What you're doing with young men in particular is you're using their natural energies and you're putting them into a creative way, and that's all that they need. It's not rocket science.
So as you can see, we've got the head here and the body here, the heart, the arms. Yeah,
we go for the sciences because they're hands-on, because we can do things and make things and have outputs that are quick.
The eyes are the focal point of acknowledging pollution and all the other major factors that contribute to global warming.
They said it's abstract, so you're talking from an art perspective.
What we actually had is the bringing together of the arts and the sciences. The fact that those boys were working on artistic installations, but yet they had the engineering within them.
Both of them are doing this at the same, or just this one? Just that one? Oh yes, definitely.
This is almost the equivalent of a gang, you know. It's just that we're doing science and we're doing good things, you know, creating things out of scrap and becoming potentially great engineers. That's why we're at Brunel.
We're going to use this variable resistor, so you just turn it, it's like a dimmer switch. Just put your finger over it.
Oh.
One of the boys made a really interesting comment. They were asked, have you seen anything like this before? And he said, yes, in the textbooks. He couldn't do it. And that's the problem we're having in our schools.
Remind me of the significance of the mirror. What was that?
Basically, a reflection of the world.
A-levels are just not enough, because everyone's getting grade A's. So what is it that the other students deliver? And it's obvious it's the extra, it's the additionality, as they say. And that is experiences like these, coming to summer camps, going abroad, doing gap years, Duke of Edinburgh. Those of maybe disadvantaged backgrounds, certainly ethnic minorities, do not have that same understanding. So I think what we should be doing, what private sector should be doing, is saying, okay, let's bridge that gap.
Kind of don't take it for granted. You actually see what's inside and what actually happens while you're watching a TV or playing a video.
There are many components inside it that could be reused for many different purposes.
When you see people do it on TV or other things like that, so easily putting it all together, but the actual hands-on work is harder than people would imagine it.
I basically showed myself that I could actually do it, and in teamwork as well.
Basically, what you've got to do now, particularly in London, is recruit from a wider base of people than you have at the moment. And London is a diverse community, and we're just wasting a lot of talent. I went into a sort of community of people who were naturally going to university, and I mixed with them. And I realised that if that doesn't happen with some of our students, then they will go the other way. My hope is that private sector organisation really gets behind us in a big way. Not only summer schools, I would like to turn it into Saturday schools and run it on a day basis in particular communities. It's plain obvious that this is a scheme, a way of working that does actually hit the target, and you can see literally by the outputs of the boys that it's working.
Shell got involved with Generating Genius for, I suppose it's two reasons, and they're two pretty big reasons. The first is, I think there's lots of people in Shell believe that everyone ought to get a fair chance. So you ought to help people make the best of what they've got. So that's one reason. The other reason, this is pretty important for our business in the long term. And what Generating Genius is all about is to help kids believe in themselves, to demonstrate them if they've got a bit of confidence and they can build teamwork and show their creativity, then they can get on in the world. That's giving people a real chance.